do you think of our little apartment? Yeah? Oh, I'm so glad to hear that. Yeah, one of our roommates is actually studying to be an interior designer right now, so that's why we have quite some nice touches of artistry. You should see their room. Yeah, it's gorgeous. It's so trendy. Yeah. Well, thank you so much for coming in and just taking a tour and for meeting with me today. But before you go, and before you make up your mind or we make up our minds, I actually have a Google form that I hope you can fill out with me. Yes, so if you have the time, we can fill it out together. Great. Yeah, it's always nice to just be able to fill it out together, for me to hear your answers firsthand, and ask follow-up questions if they come up based on your answers. Yeah, so basically, as you know, there are 4 people living here currently. One of them is moving out, so you would be replacing them. Nicholas, or Nick, he's moving out, so you would be replacing him. But all 4 of us have come up with just some questions that we think we'd want to know the answers to before we invite someone to our little cohabitation, to our little apartment of 4. So yeah, these are all just questions that we've compiled together in case one of us isn't around. In this case, all 3 of them aren't around. It's just me today. So yeah. Okay, great. All right, let's get started then. Let me just log in and make sure. I already know your name, obviously. Just put that down. But do you happen to have any preferred nicknames or anything of that sort? Okay, so you don't really mind if we shortened. Okay, we love to hear that. All right, and your name is just pronounced the way I've been pronouncing it right? Okay, great, good to know. And can I just check on your pronouns as well? Just in case. Perfect. All right, and we have your phone number, but would you mind just reminding me of it so I can just fill it out real quick? Perfect. Your email. And that's numbers, not spelled out. Okay. Okay, wonderful. All right, and okay, so one of our first questions is your birth date. Just so we know what year you're born in, what you're good for, what age you are, basically. Oh, that makes you, what horoscope does that make you? Oh, cool. I don't know much about them. I'd have to check. I'm a Pisces, so sorry. Our neighbor's front door can be a little bit loud, but yeah. They're usually not around, so you'd only really get those bangs once or twice a day. Okay. All right. So, what is the reason that you are moving out from your previous place? So your lease was up, and what is the reason that you're not continuing the lease? Feel free to say you're not comfortable with answering any of these, by the way. Yeah. If that's the case, yeah. All right, and may I ask why you decided to consider this apartment? Yep, it's a great location. have you had roommates before? What was your relationship to them? Were you guys friends prior or? Okay. Yeah, the reason why we ask is we don't. We want to know like what you're expecting from out of like this, basically this arrangement, because the four of us actually, we weren't friends before we moved in, and we still aren't the closest of friends. We're not like besties or anything. Yeah, the closest like Alex, we used to be classmates with Jennifer, who is the other two roommates other than Nicholas, who's moving out and you're replacing. But they weren't close anyway, and we like each other enough. We're civil, and you know, we hang out once in a while, but we definitely don't make our lives about each other. We're not living in like worlds of friends or whatever, you know. We're not on the set of Friends, but we're really honest and civil with each other, and most of us have had horror stories about living with close friends. So I think that's why all of us are happy to keep our distance, but we still have a lot of fun sometimes. Yeah, we still like go out and do things, and yeah. Okay, I'm glad to hear you're on board with that kind of arrangement. Yeah, some people want to be besties with their roommates, you know, but it's alright. We don't have to be. Alright, and then let's move on to the next question. I think this one is not really necessary. Okay, do you have any dietary restrictions or allergies that we should know about? And how severe is that? Like, can we have it in the house or? Okay. Any pets? Do you plan on having any pets? Okay, Alex has a kitty, has a cat. So, are you okay with that? That mostly sticks to itself in the room. So, yep. Alright, glad to hear that. And do you cook? Yep, so we have probably everything you need. None of us are like very frequent or passionate cooks, so we don't utilize the kitchen that much, but we have an air fryer, oven, microwave, water kettle, coffee pot. So most of that actually belongs to Jennifer. She does a little bit of baking. But I think the coffee pot might actually belong to Nicholas, so we might have to buy a new one. So we don't really share funds to buy things, because then it makes like the ownership difficult. So most of us usually just like choose to buy something, like we all just are adults about it. For example, the TV is mine. I bought that. So when I leave, I would bring that with me, so we don't have to like, you know, each take, you know, like a share of it or whatever. Okay, so you do a bit of cooking. Now we our fridge isn't the biggest fridge, so we can allocate one rack for you if that's enough. You have your own mini fridge. That's perfect. If you want to, you know, just keep your snacky type of stuff, you're gonna be keeping that in your room. Yeah, I'm just putting that down under. We have a question on like what new big ticket items you might be bringing in, just so we know. Yep. Yep. You will have your bed frame, table. There's the small walk-in, and then the dresser. So those are the furniture that comes with the place, with our landlord. Alright, wonderful. And may I ask if you ask about your relationship status, like if you have a partner, if you expect them to come over quite frequently? Okay. And do you expect to have friends over? Do you smoke? Okay. Noted. And drinking? Okay, do you expect to throw any parties in this place, in this home? Small gatherings, maybe? Alright, and so your occupation right now, you're a student like us? Okay, and what's your schedule typically like? Do you go out very early, come back very late? Do you spend most of your time on campus? Okay. Oh, you have a part-time job? What hours do you usually work for that? So on weekends as well? Weekend, in the mornings? Okay, do you have a car? How do you usually get around? Okay. So, do you need a parking spot then, or? Okay. Alright. So, okay. Yeah, the parking spot right now, we were given 2 spots. So there's Jennifer's car and Nicholas's car, and for Alex's car, I think, they're actually paying extra to have that spot. So when Nicholas moves out, I think Alex might just take up that spot. So if you do need a spot down the road, just let us know. Okay. Alright, and if you are moving, would you need help moving? Can I ask what you're studying, by the way? Okay, so how did you hear about our listing? Is it Facebook, or you wanted to be in this area? Oh, okay, good to know. And can I ask what year you're in? So you're planning on staying around, or? Okay. Are you a resident here in this state? Because yeah, basically like during the summers, do you usually stick around, or? Yeah, because our lease does go into the summer, right? I've mentioned that. Good. Good to know that I covered my bases, so you know what the deal is. Alright, let me check the other questions. And when it comes to chores, what is your most favorite chore? Okay, so you're done. Okay, great. I personally enjoy mopping, so I don't really mind it. What's your least favorite then? Okay, yeah, so we try to make sure that people are happy with the chores that they're given. So we do have a timetable. So like, I take out trash on Thursdays, Fridays. Another question along those lines is when you usually do your laundry, because we need to take turns. Okay. So this one is a question that we put in because we saw online that it was a good question to ask to sort of like figure out our roommate's personality. So do you believe in past lives? Okay. Okay, and then what time do you usually go to bed? Wake up? Okay. Alright. So what are some of your hobbies? Like, what do you usually do in your free time when you're at home? Okay. And what temperature do you usually like your house to be? Okay. Any pet peeves? Okay. Yeah, I don't like it when people share, like take my food without asking me, because sometimes I have something in mind that I want to use it for, like if I'm gonna make like, I don't know, some kind of soup, and you just take away all of my chicken stock just because you think like there's enough. It's never enough. Okay, yeah. So those are most of the questions that I have. Is there anything else you want to ask of me, or anything else you want to know about our other roommates that you think I can share, or just things that you want to let me know? Yep, so I'm actually studying English. Do a lot of literature stuff. I work during just like normal hours, I guess. I do part-time at the bookstore in the university, so it's pretty average hours. Don't work weekends, so it's really chill. Yeah, it's just something to fill the gaps between my classes and everything. It's super great. If you're ever looking for a flexible job, you should come, because we're always looking for more hands on deck. For Jennifer, she works on weekends. She teaches. She teaches at like this daycare center sort of thing. Yeah, she's great with kids. And Nicholas also works pretty late, but you know, it doesn't really matter to you because he's moving out, obviously. Alex works a freelance from home, so they're just always on their computers. Sometimes Alex is in the room or out here in the living space, so yep. It really depends. You'll never know what you'll get. But we're all very nice people. So if you need, you know, just some assurance on that, I think that we're splendid people. So that's pretty much it. Is there anything else you would like to ask or know, or you're good? Okay, well, wonderful. So if that is the case, it was really great meeting you, and we'll let you know in about 3 to 5 days, I would say. We all need to put our brains together and consider the other applicants as well. But right now, you're making for a super strong contender, so yep. And definitely let us know as well if you find another place that you're more keen on staying in, so it just makes life a little bit easier for us. Okay, well, thank you so much for coming over. I'm glad you enjoyed our place, and yeah, just stay in touch. All right, I'll talk to you soon. We'll let you know even if you aren't the final choice. We won't just leave you. We won't just ghost you. All right, thank you. Okay, bye.